The Spider-Man universe is so vast that we're getting a Morbius movie. Anyways, let's talk about Spider-Man movies people would be really excited to see. Spider-Man 4 and The Amazing Spider-Man 3. Well, the writers of Spider-Man No Way Home tease that they themselves find the idea interesting and would love to see more of these characters' journeys beyond what we've seen so far. So everything I'm talking about in this video comes at us from Variety, who got to sit down and discuss Spider-Man No Way Home with the two writers of the film, Eric Sommers and Chris McKenna. And they talked a little bit about bringing the two Spider-Men back, aka Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, and if there is a possibility of a future where we could see these characters return or go back to their own universes and explore stories set in there. And they responded by saying, as writers that were involved with bringing them back, that they would hope so, because they themselves believe that there is more to their journeys that's still left to tell and more stories to explore. Now, quite obviously, the vagueness of everything that happens after Spider-Man 3 in relation to Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man was a great deliberate choice because they didn't tell you anything, any of the villains or anything like that. So if they wanted to go back to it, make a prequel to No Way Home or a sequel, there's still all these other villains that you could use. The Amazing Spider-Man, they dropped a few more clues in there in regards to what happens with that Peter Parker in terms of him descending down a dark path, not pulling punches and things like that, which I find them obviously separating the different incarnations of Spider-Man into how different each one is in their own universe. And I think that's the key here, and the way this interview comes off and what they're talking about and other recent things that they've said specifically in regards to it, I do think that there's probably some discussion out there happening in regards to everything here, what might happen, how they're going to approach the whole scenario, what they do with these Spider-Men in the future, and what's even allowed to be mentioned where. Again, they could very easily retcon Venom into the Amazing Spider-Man universe. They could take a different approach with Morbius and say that is in the Raimi universe because of the murderer poster, and maybe they tease something did happen there that Peter Parker got accused of it. Again, there's all sorts of possibilities, and I think in due time we're going to get a clearer picture in regards to what these plans are. I have no doubt that the two writers here, who have hinted at other projects and discussions, have already pitched something or been asked for their idea. But the ideas are going to take a while to get to. They're not just going to be like, well, we're doing it, and then, okay, now it's going. Right now, we're starting. Like, you have to make these ideas, come up with better ideas, rewrite, move forward with the entire hiring process and get to it, which is still years off at this point. So this is them saying, we would love to, yes, we want to see more of their journey, yes, we have ideas, yes, but hold up. And before people get too excited, we're at that hold up stage. They're still discussing things. They're not going to be in deep discussions or starting production, if they ever do, for another couple of years. So you're looking at a while before we get to more of these Spider-Men, if we ever do, depending on who's leaking what, who's saying what, and who's denying what.